Welcome back to the PI Show, viewers. It's that time of the show where we've got Kathy's mailbag. Good evening, Kathy.
Good evening, Tony, John, viewers. How are you tonight?
I love the way you're dressed up tonight. The hair's
Thank
up
you.
in the air and everything. It looks fantastic.
It's all for the viewers, Tony, not for you.
What did you think of the show tonight? Did you enjoy
So it's really, really interesting. And Nuns, it's great to have him back. He's very educational as always.
Was it informative?
Very informative. I always learn anyway, so if anything, it's for my benefit. So, but the viewers would have appreciated
just quickly,
it.
can I say, do seek the advice of a lawyer when you're dealing with these sorts of accidents, building sites, because you've got some sensational benefits which you don't get in every other area of work. Incolinks are a fantastic benefit. A lot of people aren't aware of it, so please consult a lawyer.
Incolink, CBUS, and common law damages for your work cover entitlements.
In some cases, John, the Incolink benefit's better than the actual common law damages.
Exactly, yes.
Kathy, first question.
Well, that's great. Viewers, thank you again for writing in. We're going to go to the first question of the evening. To the PI Show. I was injured at work in April. I spent 2 weeks in hospital with a crushed foot. The final outcome will not be known for at least 9 months. I've already been told jogging and carrying anything heavy, etc., will cause my foot to break again. At what point do I need to seek legal advice? And this is from John. Now, Tony, crushed foot, poor John. It's not very good outcome.
Seek legal advice now, because there's a lot of things that happen. The WorkSafe claims agents appoint investigators. They'll come to your hospital bed, or if you're at home, they'll come to your home to get a statement off you. Now, if you give them a statement that sets out the facts in a way where you can't prove negligence down the track, you've got problems. John, you're going to have a situation where you might have a document prepared that you don't fully understand.
You should talk to WorkCover with the assistance of your lawyer.
Yeah, because the way you present something is very, very important. You might mean A, but it comes out as B.
Exactly.
You know, subtle words. Sadly, we play with words, don't we, John? So.
Well, just one word could really twist the meaning of what happened, Tony.
And even though you've got to wait to see how you're going to go, it sounds to me that because you've got a crush injury, you're definitely going to have a serious injury. I would have thought for pain and suffering purposes. And the real issue in your case is going to be whether you can take it to the next step to get loss of income. So, look, consult a lawyer now. I think you're crazy if you don't.
Yeah, exactly, Tony. There's a lot of preparation to be done straight away.
And John, not just any lawyer, consult a personal injury expert, because at the end of the day, people go into their lawyers in the suburbs and people that do conveyancing and that, they're not the people that give you advice, because it's horses for courses.
Yeah, a personal injury expert, particularly someone that does work cover law all the time.
Okay. Kathy.
Well, John, we hope that's helped you, and obviously we would like you to consult a lawyer for that and to raise a work cover claim. But the second question of the evening comes from Jill. Dear Tony and John, I worked in a job for 4 years as a part-time manager. They reduced my hours of work from 20 hours to 8 hours in the last 2 years. I asked the store manager and district manager why, but they ignored me, and they employed new people. I resigned in May 2011. I was so stressed in those years, it's only now that I've thought to do something about it. Do I have any legal rights? Now, John, that's an interesting question from Jill. She has resigned from her employment as a result of this, but what kind of legal advice can you give her?
It sounds like you may have stress and anxiety arising out of your workplace situation. Look, if that's the case and you've been seeking medical assistance throughout that time, you may have an entitlement to lodge a work cover claim. On these facts, it's a bit tricky to see whether or not that's actually occurred, but if you've suffered stress and anxiety or some form of bullying at work, you should lodge a work cover claim and go through the process. However, it is a very difficult claim. Tony?
John, I don't know. I get the feeling that they're trying to manage her out.
Yeah.
Just reading these facts, I get the impression that they don't particularly like her performance, and they're trying to manage her out by reducing her hours so she gets up and goes.
Well, if that's the case, it's more of an industrial relations type matter, and Fair Work Australia would be an option.
And it's almost like a demotion, you know, you're trying to cut it back so that she leaves.
Exactly. So
but
it depends.
Sadly, in the process, she's developed this stress and anxiety. I don't know, it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
But I would have thought that you need a lawyer. Yeah.
Well, Jill should still seek legal advice so that she can actually provide more facts as well, so that we can ascertain
Exactly.
as to whether there's a claim viable. But hopefully that's helped you, Jill. Moving on to the third question for the evening, to the PI show. I injured my back at work about 6 months ago. I am receiving treatment that is being paid for by WorkCover, but I am still in pain and have been told that I will be in pain for the rest of my life. Poor Rod. The CT scans and doctor's assessments say I should have an operation. Can I receive compensation? And this is from Rod in Askervale. To have pain for the rest of his life, Tony, can you help Rod here?
Of course you're entitled to compensation. The first thing you're entitled to is no fault benefits, which is weekly payments of compensation, plus medical and associated expenses. Now, your operation is going to be paid for. Obviously, there's going to be a recuperation period, and I'm not even sure if you're going to go back to your normal work again. And really, what you're going to have to be looking at is retraining or an occupational physician to give you advice on what you can and can't do. You might be looking at other avenues to retrain yourself to get into an industry that's probably lighter, where you're not putting stresses and strains on a body part that's been damaged.
Tony, Rod, you've got a significant claim. You need to lodge a work cover claim.
He's on
benefits,
He's on
John.
benefits already.
All right, well then you've got common law entitlements.
I don't know what his injury is. Oh, it's a back, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will also have impairment
it's-
benefit entitlements after the 12 months and once he's had the operation
Sorry,
as well. So
I'll rephrase that. I don't know what his work is. That's the problem.
No, it doesn't say that.
Yeah.
No.
If it's heavy work, I would have thought that having a nasty back injury that requires an operation would mean he's got to stay away from the heavy physical type work.
Exactly. Rod, you need to see a lawyer, especially against someone that specialises or is an expert in work cover law, to seek legal advice, because it sounds like you'll have significant issues as to ever going back to work again, Tony.
John, people don't realise that under the Act, they're entitled to get retraining. They've
Yes.
got to work out what they think they can do, something that they'll enjoy. Go and see their doctor, get him to write something up to say, you want to do this course. Get a cost or quotation for the cost of a course at a particular TAFE or university and send it to the insurer.
But Tony, not only that, the employer is actually required to provide a return to work plan to the employee, and the agent is required to explore return to work options and vocational assessment.
Well, I'm taking it one step further. I'm saying work out what you want to do.
Exactly.
Instead of them dictating to you what you should be doing, that is standing at the gate in a car park or something like that.
As a car park attendant, which you wouldn't be able to do anyway.
Yeah.
But possibly also Rod would have rights to superannuation entitlements as well, depending on how long he's also been off work.
There's a lot of benefits.
That's right.
You know, if you get a common law payout and you're affected in the sense that you can't go back to work, you're entitled to a superannuation total and permanent disability benefit. So there's a lot of things you've got to look at.
That's right. Well, it's come to that time of the evening where we're running out of time for more questions, but thank you again for writing in. I would like to remind you all to keep writing into us at our new email address, info@thepishow.com, and also to catch up on earlier episodes at www.thepishow.com. Thank you again.
Thanks, John. Thanks,
Good night.
Sophie. Thanks, viewers, and stay safe. Thank you.